So Aston Martin, formerly known as Racing Point, Tracing Point, or the Pink Mercedes, have done it again this season by getting the new name, the Green Bull. All right, now the Pink Mercedes and the Racing Point, Tracing Point situation was a copying situation that definitely yielded performance results, although definitely caused up a stir between teams, including Renault, to launching appeals, complaints about the fact that Racing Point, which you know now as Aston Martin, had copied the Mercedes championship car, all right, to almost pretty much a T. They did this through what they claim photo, high resolution, photography, 3D, a bunch of other things that now Formula One, FIA had mandated are illegal and should not and cannot be used in order to get certain ideas or designs from other teams. Now, still today, like, teams are walking up to other cars, looking at certain bits they're using and elements, and then taking that information back and then trying to apply those things if they see positive results from another team that's using them. That's been happening, and that's going to continue to happen. But now the new Green Bull thing has not really yielded great results. Like, I've been tremendously disappointed with Aston Martin this season, with their performance this season. Aston Martin's not the only team, but that's the team we're specifically talking about. I felt that when they unveiled the AMR 22, I felt it was one of the better looking cars. I felt like Ferrari was the first better looking car, then the Aston, and then of course the W13. To me, very nice designs, bit different than everybody else. But now, as Red Bull have developed a car that is definitely enabling Max to compete for a championship, a very fast car, a car that definitely has done well in the new regulations and new era, especially with ground effects coming in, them and Ferrari. But it would seem Red Bull definitely have more than just the car working for them, their team, their pit crew, their strategy, and their ability to recruit other team employees like Mercedes, which is a big thing, right? Like, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can't join them, recruit them. And Red Bull has recruited several employees from Mercedes in order to enrich and flourish their team, and it seems to be working. But Aston Martin have taken steps to do said things, and it hasn't been working this season, unlike the season that they were dubbed the Pink Mercedes. The Green Bull has been literally just bull. So I'm trying to figure, when is enough going to be enough, right? But Aston has to me failed this season. I mean, if you look at the chart that I developed and you look at how they're performing in comparison to Max in the real Red Bull car, and then you look at Stroll, you look at Vettel, look at their performance. It's not anything to be marveled at. The higher they are up in this chart is the worse they've been doing. The best finish they've had thus far, I believe, is Vettel at a sixth position. Whereas you see Max down there performing well all the way through. Max has finished pretty much podium anytime he's been in a race, except for the one race he had, I believe he came in seventh. So the Green Bull is not to be desired, nor is it to be something that I would have wanted to take that type of criticism over copying something and coming out lame duck. Like, that's pretty much what they've done. And now Aston find themselves in a driver's debacle. Vettel decides he wants to retire. He's done. I don't know how done is done. I've been calling it since the beginning of the season. I said that Vettel was going to retire. If it wasn't this season, next season. He was going to retire. I could tell by his mannerisms, by his body language, by his driving, by his face when he's out. I saw retirement coming, and it came. And I think it smacked Aston Martin right in the face. I think it did. And with Vettel deciding to leave at the end of the season, now Alonso hops and just dips off on Alpine and like a thief in the night, and finds himself another home next season with Aston Martin. And I don't really think that's going to be a big upgrade. I don't think he's really taken Alpine to any levels that Ocon hasn't taken them, and then any other driver that they might have that comes in that might do that. And I don't know if that driver is going to be Danny Rick. I don't know if that driver is going to be Gasly, but they're definitely going to have somebody probably with a little bit of more potential at this point in time, because let's not get it confused. Alonso is a two-time champion, and I understand the crash gate situation, but championships are not easy to come by. So if you're somebody that can rack up 7 world titles, You should respect that, but a lot of people won't because a lot of people haven't done much themselves. But that is nor here nor there. And also how people can say anybody with 1 championship is all of a sudden great. I don't know. When you have people out there with 6 more championships throughout their career, and then you have somebody like Alonso who clearly going to Aston Martin will have by far the longest Formula One career, and he's only got 2. So Aston, yeah, disappointing. Definitely disappointing. Definitely. I hope for better. I hope next season's better. But even McLaren has been disappointing this season. And Mercedes definitely a disappointment this season as far as their performance. The slim down side pods, although maybe a design harness to unlock a lot of power, they still fall in that category of teams that have been disappointing this season. And Red Bull seems that they're going to run away with a championship. Ferrari, another team. So not a very competitive field this season, but things do happen. And that's how seasons go, time to time. But we'll see what happens in 2023. And we're definitely going to see what happens 2026. Porsche, Audi coming into the picture. We'll see what happens. So, hey, Aston, get on your shit. Strolls, spend more money or something, but spend it in better places. Don't do any more copying on cars. Just go develop, test, make a better car, and probably decide about a better driver lineup. No, Stroll, I'm not hating on you, bro. Not hating. Do your thing. I'm just saying. Business is business. Peace. Thanks for watching another episode of Wolfpack Performance. Don't forget to check out some of my other content on Formula One and motorsports topics. Like, share, subscribe, and we go live on the weekends. See you soon.